When we talk about the Middle Ages, the first image that comes to mind is that of the Dark Ages. Wars, ruined castles, superstition, and the fall of the Roman Empire. But reality was very different. Behind that layer of darkness, the Middle Ages were a time of ingenuity, transformation, and inventions that changed the world more than we might imagine. It was in those centuries that the foundations of modern science, technology, and even the way we live today were born. Today, I want to take you on a journey through time, exploring 7 inventions born or perfected in the Middle Ages that revolutionized history. Some we still use every day without even knowing where they came from. So get comfortable, because what we're about to discover will make you look at the Middle Ages with completely new eyes. And if, by the end of the video, you want to know more, write it in the comments. I might bring you a second episode, because trust me, this is just the beginning. 1. The heavy plow, 8th to 9th century. Hunger, a problem as old as humanity itself. Entire peoples collapsed for lack of bread, and for centuries, the land seemed never enough. Then, between the 8th and 9th centuries, someone in Europe found an answer. No magic, no miracles, just iron. The heavy plow was born. It was a simple yet brilliant tool, an iron blade capable of cutting through even the hardest soil, clay and mud that had seemed impossible to cultivate before. Often pulled by oxen, much stronger than horses on heavy soil, the weight an iron blade turned the earth, aerating it and making it fertile. With that plow, humans transformed mud and clay into productive fields. Harvests increased, villages grew, and hunger gradually receded. It's strange to think, but much of the Middle Ages, its cities, markets, even wars, started there, from a piece of iron that learned to tame the land. It began in northern and central Europe, especially in the regions of Germany, France, and England, and from there spread rapidly across the continent. 2. The mechanical clock, 13th century. Time before the Middle Ages was a vague concept. It was measured by shadows, by the sun, by the tolling of bells. But in the 13th century, humans wanted more. They wanted to master time. The first mechanical clocks appeared in Europe, mainly in large Italian and French cities, such as Paris, Milan, and Venice. They were enormous, noisy, built with iron gears, cogwheels, and weights. Each gear was a small miracle of engineering, and their steady ticking became the voice of the cities. In monasteries, they marked prayers. In squares, they organized daily life. It was the beginning of modern time, no longer flowing with nature, but with mechanics. Although the exact inventor remains unknown, medieval monks and artisans in Germany and Italy were the first to perfect gears and pendulum mechanisms that would later inspire Galileo and Huygens in the centuries to come. 3. The movable type printing press, 15th century. For centuries, knowledge was a privilege of the few. Every book was a relic, copied by hand by patient, invisible monks. Then, in the mid-1400s, a German goldsmith changed everything. Johannes Gutenberg, in Mainz, invented the movable type printing press. With a few pieces of metal, he sparked a fire that ignited the world of ideas. Movable type allowed single metal characters to be reused, printing books quickly and in large numbers. Within decades, Europe was flooded with books. Ideas traveled faster than kings, stronger than wars, and knowledge, for the first time, ceased to belong to a privileged caste. If you're enjoying the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Creating this content takes an enormous amount of time and resources, but for you, it's completely free. That single click really helps the algorithm and allows me to bring you more videos like this. And while you think about it, write in the comments. Which of these inventions seems the most revolutionary to you? The compass, 12th century. There is something poetic about an arrow pointing north, a small magnetic needle suspended above nothing, able to guide men through unknown seas. It came from China, but it was in Europe, especially Italy and Spain, that the compass was perfected for open sea navigation. Before it, sailors used tools like the astrolabe or the sextant. but the compass allowed navigation even under cloudy skies. When the sky was covered and stars hidden, that silent arrow pointed the way for the dreamers of the sea. Without it, there would have been no discoveries, no maps, no new worlds. With the compass, humans learned to trust not only the sky, but science. 5. Castles and fortifications, 11th to 14th century. The Middle Ages are the age of stone, not only cathedral stones, but those that defended life itself. Towers, walls, moats, drawbridges. Every element was a cog in a perfect machine. The castle was not just a home, it was a fortress, a symbol, a message of power. Medieval architects and engineers, especially in France, England, and Germany, perfected circular towers, thicker walls, and defensive moats. Every castle told a story of battle, fear, and an era of sieges and local wars. If you enjoy this part, write it in the comments. And if you want, I could make a video dedicated to the history of each castle and its defenses. 6. The Stirrup, 7th to 8th century. 2 simple iron rings. Yet from them, a revolution was born. With the stirrup, the knight was no longer just a man on horseback. He became a stable and powerful military force. He could strike, stay firm, and dominate the battlefield. From this small invention, the entire medieval cavalry emerged, along with codes of honor, tournaments, and crusades. The stirrup changed not only war, but society, allowing armed men to wield power on horseback, strengthening feudal nobility. 7. Watermills and Windmills, from 9th century. Where there was wind or water, there was energy. Long before coal, long before electricity. The Middle Ages learned to harness nature as a driving force. Mills that ground grain, sawed wood, pumped water, and powered hammers. These mills spread in France, England, and Germany, becoming real centers of work and innovation. It was the first step towards mechanization, an industry before its time, made of wheels and ingenuity. In the constant sound of blades and waters, the heartbeat of progress was hidden. From the iron of the plow, to the metal of movable type, to the silent magic of the compass. The Middle Ages were not dark, but illuminated by human ingenuity. Every invention tells a story of need, curiosity, determination, and vision. It reminds us that progress is not born only in modern laboratories, but also in the hands of those who work the land, in the sound of mill wheels, in the metal of armor. And now, I want to know your opinion. Which of these inventions amazed you the most? And which do you think changed the world more than all the others? Write it in the comments, because reading your thoughts is the best part of these videos. If you enjoyed this journey through the Middle Ages, leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell. The Middle Ages are just the beginning. There are more stories of ingenuity waiting to be told. Because in the end, every invention, big or small, is a little miracle that transformed the world.